Good day and welcome to Mayor King's TV News. I am Timiela Emanuela. Now to begin the news, here are some of our top stories. 100 Iconic Personalities of the Year 2026 Awards. JAM releases over 1.8 million UTME results nationwide. On business, petrol price drop in doubt after almost disruption. On sports, Haaland scores winner as Man City edge Arsenal, close gap to 3 points. Now the news in full. The Iconic International Holdings has described its 2026 100 Iconic Personalities Awards and Summit held in Lagos as successful and impactful. The summit, which was held on April 10, 2026, attracted a diverse mix of leaders, entrepreneurs, policymakers and industry figures from across Africa and beyond. The summit focused on leadership, innovation, economic growth and sustainable development. Malaika Lobengula, the executive director, Iconic International Holdings, said the event delivered a well-structured platform that combined leadership, recognition and engagement. Ambassador Temisan Oluwis, president and founder, Iconic International Holdings Group, said the award ceremony was the major highlight. He said hundreds individuals were honored for their contributions across different sectors. He also commended visa liberalization efforts by several African countries including Kenya, Seychelles, Rwanda and Ghana, as well as partial reforms by Uganda. Ambassador Lewis further urged other African leaders to adopt similar policies to accelerate regional integration and economic growth in line with African Union Agenda 2063 vision of borderless continent. He noted that the summit met its objectives of celebrating excellence, building connections and inspiring future leaders. Meanwhile, it disclosed that preparations have been concluded for the Iconic Africa Under 40 CEOs Awards scheduled for June 2026 in Johannesburg, South Africa. The event, he said, will focus on recognizing young business leaders under 40 who are driving innovation. It will also provide a platform for discussions, networking and collaboration across industries. The High Court sitting in Ogara, Delta State, has granted an interlocutory injunction in support of His Majesty King Oboko Monday Otto Whiskey Udere I, the Ovie of the Great Ijere Kingdom, in a suit filed by Mr. Angus Omasoro, Mr. Ibori Emajemite, and others. Reacting to the ruling, the Crown Ototo Iyasere of Ijere Kingdom, Uzi Onisha James Obike, said the decision reinforces the monarch's position as the duly recognized traditional ruler of the kingdom, adding that it reflects a victory for truth and justice. Further stated that the development strengthens public confidence in the judiciary, noting that the case had been adjourned indefinitely pending determinations at the Court of Appeal and Supreme Court on related matters. The palace also dismissed reports circulating on social media alleging the king, Whiskey, had been dethroned or forced into exile, insisting that such claims are false and without any legal backing. According to the statement, the court's decision affirms the monarch's position and status as the recognized traditional ruler of Ijere Kingdom. The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board has announced the release of results for candidates who sat the 2026 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination on Friday, April 17 and Saturday, April 18th. In a statement issued on Sunday by its spokesperson Fabian Benjamin, the board said 1,264,940 results from the 2 days had been processed and made available for candidates. The board noted that this latest batch follows an earlier release of results for candidates who wrote the examination on Thursday, April 16th. JAMB urged candidates to access their results through its designated SMS channels, maintaining its standard result checking procedure. The examination body further explained that the results released so far represent outcomes from the first 3 days of the nationwide exercise. The UTME, which commenced nationwide on Thursday, is expected to have over 2 million candidates participating across various computer-based test centers. Now on the business news. The decision by Iran to reclose the Strait of Hormuz has dampened hopes that fuel price will crash in Nigeria. The Strait of Hormuz was opened on Friday following a ceasefire deal between Iran and the United States. But barely 24 hours later, Iran reclosed the strait, calling the decision a response to continued blockade of its ports by the United States. The Iranian military on Saturday said control of the strategic waterway through which 20% of globally traded oil transits had returned to its previous state, with reports saying Iranian gunboats fired at a merchant vessel as it attempted to cross. Oil marketers had earlier projected that petrol prices could drop from the current 1,250 naira to about 900 naira when the strait was opened on Friday. The spokesman of the Petroleum Products Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, Joseph Obele, said on Friday that the prices of crude oil had crashed following the reopening of the strait. However, on Sunday, Obele stated that the reclosure of the Hormuz had dashed hopes of a price drop projection. Obele said the status quo would remain at the moment pending when both Iran and the US agree on a lasting ceasefire. Also, President Donald Trump said on Sunday that Iran had violated the ceasefire agreement with the US by attacking ships in the Strait of Hormuz, and he repeated threats to attack Iranian energy infrastructure unless it accepts a deal to end the war. Finally, on the world of sports. Erling Haaland scored the winner as Manchester City defeated Arsenal 2-1 in Sunday's Premier League game, reducing the Gunners' lead at the top of the league to 3 points. Ryan Cherky gave City the lead in the 16 minutes of the frenetic match at Etihad Stadium by weaving into the area and converting a shot in off the side of the post. Arsenal was back level inside 2 minutes after Kai Havertz charged down Gianluigi Donnarumma's clearance, with the ball rebounding into the net from close range. Both Haaland and Arsenal's Eberechi Eze struck the goal frame before Haaland slotted home a low shot from Nicole Ori's cross, dealing a huge blow to Arsenal's hope of a first league championship since 2004. City has a game in hand at Burnley on Wednesday, after which Pep Guardiola's team could have taken over as leaders. Now to end the news, recap on our headlines. 100 Iconic Personalities of the Year 2026 Awards. JAMB releases over 1.8 million UTME results nationwide. On business, petrol price drop in doubt after Hormuz disruption. On sports, Ireland scores winner as Man City edge Arsenal, close gap to 3 points. That's the news as read and edited by Tiniela Emanuela. Thanks for watching.